Well, good morning. It is Monday. It is Monday morning, and I'm surrounded by parcels. But yeah. But this is the way. So tidy up the office at some point today. That's my plan. But we've got plenty to do. We've got an EP3 Civic to map this morning, which is going to be nice. I'm going to check through most of my emails. I've seen eBay pinging its head off over the weekend, so that's good for business. I hope you are all well. We had a busy Saturday. Lots of things going on Saturday. Lots and lots and lots of things. So we've got a hole dug. We've made some videos from Keith. We've got plenty of YouTube content ready to pop. So that's going to be great. What else did we do on Saturday? Did some power runs, I tell you. Did some power runs. Looking forward to this Saturday because we've got the Euro Garage diesels coming down. Now, I did notice that one of the Skilla Turbo boys nearly wiped himself out. Lewis nearly wiped himself out at Santa Pod over the weekend. So we wish him well. How does Seat hit the wall at some speed? Destroyed itself. Aerodynamics, perhaps that I believe. But yeah, that was good. It's good because everyone's safe. I sort of feel I watched his video over the weekend, and I sort of felt for him when he saw a bit of blood in the back of the car, and he got emotional. And I think to myself, "Morning, Daryl." I think to myself, at some point, you put your car on the track, you put your car down the drag strip, and yeah, these are the risks that you take. It's a dangerous sport, realistically. I think I'd be feeling the same if Which took one of my motors down the strip and had a crash. But that's part and parcel of it, I believe. It is dangerous, and we have to remember that speed. Human beings are probably not meant to be traveling at such speeds, but it is dangerous, and we do send them well wishes and hope everybody recovers soon. And I know that car will be back and it'll be more powerful than ever. Mostly dump valves, it seems, that I've sold on eBay over the weekend. I do it though. It's going to do it. I daren't, because there's going to be a lot. Yeah, there is. So let's try and get this. Let's put that there, shall we? I watched Kenobi. I don't know whether anyone's into Star Wars, but I watched Kenobi a few times since it came out on Friday. It's so awesome. Kenobi is easily my favourite character. Shalom, Matty. How you doing? Good to see you on Saturday, albeit very briefly. I thought you looked well, considering you've been poorly. But yeah, we were so busy. There was so much going on. There were cars in the workshop. There was the paint shop was open, and the Supra was having new alloys on it. It was just the Honda CRZ was getting worked on. I think it ended up with a bit of. I think that rear quarter's fixed now. It had a bit of primer put on it. Yeah, it was so busy. I mean, and we were rammed as well. We were absolutely rammed. The yard was rammed. There was stuff going on left, right, and centre. It was a great Saturday, an absolutely great Saturday. Right, let's print that. Hang on, concentrating. My brain's whirring around here. There we go. Let's have that. What else are we up to? I love this. One of the orders I've got, there's a note. So when you place an order, you can put a note on the system, and it says, just in case I was delivering these parts myself, which I'm clearly not going to, but it says, don't worry about the dog. He'll bark like mad, but he's harmless. Wicked. The EP3, yeah, there's another EP3 video out tonight. It's a shame we can't get them in some sort of order, these EP3s, where they're not the same colour one after another, because yesterday's video was a black EP3 popping flames, and tonight's video is a black EP3 popping flames as well. So it's a shame. Yet to watch Kenobi. Great to be busy, mate. Can't believe that. I was overstimulated in the yard. All the race cars, language barriers, kids everywhere. Dyno runs out. Lovely to see. Yeah, man. It was busy. We had a contingency of people with BMWs. There was Fords left, right, and centre. There was absolutely all sorts going on, and it was nice to be a bit peaceful at the end whilst we waited for the gas man. Yeah, we waited for the gas man. Let's see where I am up to. Okay, that's getting shipped out today, so that's good. So shalom, Matty. What are you doing this week? Are you back at work now, buddy, or what are you doing? My favourite car from the weekend was a Fiesta. Was an old Ford Fiesta, which we've seen before, but it was absolutely great. Why is that not printed? Print. There we go. Got paper in the printer. Yeah, so I'll be back on with my website work. For those of you who didn't know, I've been working quite hard on my AirTech stuff. It's an absolute joy to sell quality parts. Making my way through the emails. Hey, we got some reviews on Uncle Keith's, I tell you that. We've got some 5-star reviews on Uncle Keith's paint shop, which is absolutely brilliant, really helpful for business. There's loads of comments. Let's print that. Invoices. You're working from home, the kids off, half term, put shorts on. Awesome. Greetings. Dutch greetings from a fan. Thank you for joining us. We're gonna have a busy few days. It's a short week. It's a short week. I know that, but we've got plenty. We've got plenty to do. It's pretty sad that I've decided to opt that. I know it's a short week, but I will get more work done. I will actually get more work done during the days that we are closed than I will actually being here. How does that even work? Sometimes I feel like I need to take a holiday to work to get through the stuff I need to get through. Where are we up to here? Okay, so I think I'm good with them. I'm concentrating. Can you tell? Okay. Okay. Yes, so looking forward to today. Looking forward to this week, I think. First job, like I say, first job up is a Honda Civic EP3 Exchange ECU for us to tune on. So that should be quite nice. Pretty steady, pretty easy work. So looking forward to that. I'm realistically looking a bit confused at my emails here. Why they seem to be going up instead of down? I can't be that busy this morning. Can I print that? Print. We made a video at Uncle Keith's over last week, and I said this on the live chat on Friday. Whilst it doesn't appear to sound very interesting, I found it extremely interesting. It's basically how we mix primer up, and that sounds as grey and as boring as possible, and it doesn't sound sexy, but it was actually really interesting. It was part of the CRZ video. But because that section of it was 10 minutes long, I decided to make a completely separate video. It's just one of those things where it's quite interesting, quite satisfying to watch. Screw Mondays. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I really didn't want to get up today. What else have I got to do? You received money. What for? Oh, yes, thank you. All right. We sent your payout. Music from Top Gun. Spotify. Not interested in that. Not interested in that. That's getting expensive. The cost of doing things properly is unreal. I don't know. Sometimes Mondays are good because you can feel like, right, this is it. We're going to get into it. So sometimes Mondays can be good. I absolutely decided to ignore trolls last week, and that's a good feeling. I seem to be wasting a lot of my time doing that. We need more positivity, Captain. No, more positivity. It was great to see you on Saturday, brother. We were extremely busy, so again, I didn't really get the time I wanted to spend with people. But I shouldn't complain. But it was good. It was good to see you. Thanks for sorting that out. You sent a payment. Yeah, we know that. Let's print that off in case I forget to do that. Print all. But doing it properly is the way, Matty. It is the way. And you can do that across all walks of life, all processes. You can do things cheaply, or you can do them properly. You can do it legally, or you can do it wrong, and it always bites you in the ass if you don't do it properly, doesn't it? I always complain about the cost of insurance, and sometimes when I think about it, I can depress myself. Knowing how much something, even if you just considered like January the 1st every year, and you added all your costs up for the coming year, knowing how much work you've got to do before you even make £1, it's months. It's actually months before you start making a pound. But I'm not going to complain. It's Monday, and I'm going to be positive. Right, I think that's all right. I think I've done all right there. eBay. This is why we are live from the Dynodaze office, because I've got my glasses on and I'm trying to work out exactly what's going on. Your invoice is ready. Okay, let's have a look at that. It's all bills. It's all gone, Phil. It's all gone. That was my Ian Beale impression. Friday nights. Friday night's like a Wednesday night to me because I work Saturdays. Right. Okay, we're on it. Definitely, mate. When I start keeping motors overnight, I had an extra 2Gs added to my insurance. This is a stocking fee, absolute daylight robbery. That is bizarre. I'd rather sleep there with the car than pay an extra £2,000. But like you say, you do things properly and you can sleep better. You can sleep at night. Right. Mark as red. Okay, we are cooking on gas this morning. So, did anyone get a chance to watch any of the videos that we posted over the weekend? Interestingly enough, my members only video has had 0 views, which means none of my members were watching YouTube over the weekend, over on Sunday. None of them. But that's okay, because there's only 12 of them. If you guys want to be a member, please subscribe. It pretty much buys me a coffee. I love the fact that on YouTube that for no apparent reason a short can outperform everything else on the channel. I just think that's amazing. Like a 10-second short with virtually no description or anything can totally outperform everything. It makes you wonder what you're doing wrong, doesn't it, sometimes? $70-ish hours. I remember my first part-time job. Morning, lads. Hope you're well, mate. I hope you were well. Why has my membership fallen off? Was this because I had a new card? I would imagine so. It's a recurring thing, isn't it? Morning to lads. Right, so there's some stuff that we can do. That'll be the first thing I do today. So, what time is it? 8. I suppose I could. I suppose I could. Let's do it. View order details. Yes, so people are talking about Stranger Things and saying how amazing it is, and I'm yet to get stuck into that properly. I've seen some gruesome bit at the end of the first episode. Very gruesome. I love 80s stuff. Does anybody? Maybe that's because I'm an 80s kid, but I absolutely love 80s stuff. Not Modified. How you doing, buddy? If anyone wants to follow a YouTube channel today, go and follow Not Modified. We've got to arrange to get you guys in on these live chats in the morning. We need a guest. Well, we need guests here so that we can talk. Here's one of my faves. Good morning, Barnsey. That's a great YouTube channel you've got yourself there, brother. How's your subscribers coming along? How's the back end SEO working? Hope it's going well. Morning, Modfix. Sat in his pants again, I would imagine, in his back room, or maybe he's not had his Frosties yet. Let us know how that works out, man. I've not seen those parts yet, but on your recommendation, if it's any good, I might start selling them. Oh man, I know. Yeah. Morning, Liam. Hope you're well. Thanks for being a member. Thank you, Barnsey, also for being a member. That's good. I'm glad that it's going well. Yeah, I'm going to get my absolute marketing head on this week. I've got a lot of paperwork to catch up on Thursday and Friday. Actually, Thursday, I'm going to be here doing what's called a ad hoc sort of stock take type thing. I want to see how badly I'm doing with that. But then Friday, it's literally pants, PlayStation, and paperwork. The 3 Ps. It started to rain. What? Even though you're now a Premiership team, it's starting to rain. I can't believe that for a second. Yeah, we could do that. That shouldn't be a problem, my friend. We're booked up till July, though, for that sort of work. So do give us a shout. Try and give us as much notice as possible. As much notice as possible. AirTech Stage 2. Focus Mark II RS. Focus Mark II RS. Fantastic. That makes a lot of sense, really, doesn't it? Yeah, you'll have to let me know how you get on with that. If possible, send me some photographs. AirTech Stage 2. AirTech. Which one is it? It's got a scoop on it. I think it's that. It is that. He ordered a green logo. Post series black. Green AirTech logo. Add to basket. Check out now. Yup. But I know you guys are car guys, so I don't expect this. But do you follow the football? Are you pleased that Nottingham have been promoted? I know you're car guys, and most car guys could give a toss about football. I was quite disgusted to see the French police absolutely batter the Liverpool fans, tear gas them, instead of protecting them from the French who were robbing them at knife point. The French police have always been a bit mad. But it's not a football show. We're talking about cars. I'll tell you what. Do you want to hear something really funny? If you want to hear a disaster of a race that I had on Sunday, if you want to hear a disaster of a race, then you need to give me a thumbs up on this video. Give me a thumbs up on this video. I'll tell you exactly what I lost a race to on Sunday, which was both embarrassing. But there is an excuse. I'm going to go. There is an excuse that I didn't realise we were racing quickly enough. So give us a thumbs up on this video, and I will tell you. I bet you can't even guess that. In fact, it would be impossible for you to guess the vehicle that I lost a race to this weekend. Impossible for you to guess. So give us a thumbs up on the video, and I'm just going to continue to do this. So this car that I lost to, we were both rolling to the roundabout. This is Barden Way. We're both rolling to the roundabout. It was an uninspiring car, so I didn't think we were going to be racing. So I didn't realise we were racing until he accelerated off the roundabout. It's possibly worse than that. Morning, Starbuck, one of my favourites. Happy Monday, my friend. No, I like these guesses. I see the confidence that you guys have got in me in my FN2. So thanks for that. Yeah, I see the guesses. So anyway, this uninspiring car, whilst it got my attention because it was something different, I didn't realise that we were racing until, I'll give you a clue. The car was cool. It must be 30 years old. Yeah, so the car that I was, probably more than that, really. The car was an F reg. This is where it gets embarrassing. The car was an F reg. So how old is an F reg? No, it wasn't a Leon. Got to try and work out what an F reg is first. What is an F reg? It's like, isn't a G reg 1990? So I'm not sure what 89. Yeah, possibly.
She had a jab as well, though,
Possibly. What's an F reg? What year is that?
F reg.
Yeah.
88, 89.
88, 89.
Yeah. So I didn't, like I say, it
No,
was
it's probably earlier than that.
I think
90,
G isn't
G's
G
the
not
90.
My G reg was an 80. It could be an 89 or a 90
90.
on my G reg Nova.
Yeah.
G Reg Nova. Cool.
Yeah.
What I'd give for a G Reg Nova, right?
Yeah, so it's like you say, it's 88, 89.
88, 99.
Tea.
Oh, come on. Have we got any milk? When was the last time I bought milk? That might have been like 3 weeks ago.
You buy milk all the time.
It might be some good. Might not be, no.
Well, as long as it's not,
If the fridge is on, it should be all right.
as long as it's not yogurt, I'll have it.
Well, no, because as soon as it touches hot water, it'll curdle, won't it?
What is going on here?
Listen, Keith, he was on about his little not being very well. So she had a COVID jabs a few weeks ago, didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
When did she have them? A couple of weeks ago?
You sort of,
COVID
yeah,
jabs?
you're sort of getting closer here, guys.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. She ain't really been right since, has she?
No, unless you're all right for that first week.
Yeah, but it'd take a certain amount of time to get in your system, though, wouldn't it? I know they inject it in, but it's still. Your body's still got to fight it, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, it's probably more to do with the jabs than anything else. Unless it's a jab and that's dropped your immune system. And then
So anyway, sorry, I was
and
reading something.
then picks it
Good
up
morning,
as well.
Richard and Keith. They
Good morning.
say good morning, everybody.
Yeah, I think
Good morning.
she seemed okay. She went back to school for 2 days and now she's ill again.
Yeah, yeah.
I think she's picked some up.
Right, okay, I'm going to put you out your misery.
She picked it up from school.
So it was an uninspiring I think it was an F Reg anyway. It was a Mark 1 Scirocco in silver. Mark 1 Scirocco, there you go. How did you guess that before I said it? But it was a Mark 1 Scirocco. It was silver. And yeah, I thought it was a diesel as it tried to pull away from the roundabout. But as I tried to actually catch it, I couldn't. I tried, I floored that FN2. And I reckon I was in the right gear as well. I don't think I was,
You dusted, eh, dude?
I did got dusted. And I mean dusted. I couldn't. Like, I got dusted even to the point where, as he started slowing down for the next set of lights, I slowed down at the same time. It wasn't like I was going to try and catch up with him. So as he as he slowed down, I slowed because he was at least like 6 or 7 car lengths in front of me. So I was like, I wasn't going to gain on him. I just was going to act casual, fly casual. So as he started slowing down for the round,
Like you wasn't even racing.
yeah, I wasn't even racing, mate. I wasn't even racing. My car's dropping fucking torpedoes because I'm at the fucking limiter and it's dropping bombs and all sorts behind him.
I didn't even know I was in a race.
Yeah, no, honestly, we rolled to the roundabout, you know, where the 2 BP garages up near Ellistown.
Yeah.
Is it Ellistown Markfield?
Yeah.
2 PP garages facing up.
Opposite each other,
So we rolled, the lights just changed green as we approached them. We rolled onto the roundabout and then he accelerated hard.
Yeah.
And it's like a dip. I was like, oh, there's something in that. Right. And I accelerated hard, not a chance. I didn't have a chance. I couldn't get anywhere near it. And it was all smoke coming out of the back of it like it was over fueling for fun. Yeah, I was just like, what was in that Scirocco? It would just be a standard engine, but light as piss. So yeah, I lost.
Maybe he'll tune in one day.
I didn't let him know that I lost because, like I say, when he started slowing down for the next like I slowed down equally.
Yeah, wasn't even racing, mate, was it?
To the point where, like, as I'm sweeping on the bend to the left, I didn't even look at him.
Yeah, didn't even make eye contact.
Didn't even make eye contact.
What you should have done is raised to it and gone, oh, nice one, mate.
Yeah, nice one.
Nothing worse than a sore loser.
What's
Yeah.
in that, mate? What's in that?
Yeah.
That's fast.
What's in that? You got an injector fault on that, mate?
I once, I come back from pod once in the MV Civic, and just as we going back like the dual carriageway way back to the M1, and just as I saw it in the distance, I could just see this AMG C63, and I was like, he's fucking having that.
He's having that.
He's having that. And as we rolled onto the slip road to go onto the dual carriageway, he fucking went for it. And after 3 gear changes, and I was still on his rear bumper rubbing the paint off him, he literally gave up, pulled over to the left, and he wouldn't even look at me. I got right by the side of him, and I was like, waiting for him to look at me as if to say, like, that was a good race, mate. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, no.
Well, I couldn't get by him.
Yeah.
But I was definitely on his bumper.
Because in his mind, he's got a 28, 30 grand car, and you had an old Rover.
Yeah. And he's like, what the fuck is that old Rover pushing me down the road?
So he didn't want to look at you. But that's how I felt. I couldn't tell whether it was. I was too.
He could have just given me the thumbs up.
Yeah.
I was too far behind to hear if it had a supercharger.
It'd be a VR6 or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
VR6 supercharged or turbocharged or something like that, won't it? I bet.
Liam says, sounds like my FN2 needs a cheeky supercharger to resolve this issue. No, none of that. Stay in NA. That's the way forward. Good morning, Roger. Morning, Mark.
What's going on there?
No, changed the logbook for the EP, so I was just having a look at that.
And you're still coughing.
I know. Must be cancer.
Well, if you have a cough for every 3 weeks, it could be.
That's what the telly says.
Yeah, no, yeah, tell you to say that.
That's what the telly says.
If you got a new cough and you've had it for 3 weeks, go to your doctors.
Yeah, just cheer you up. Could be cancer.
Cancer.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking like that. I just thought I got a cough. Now I think I'm dying. You imagine the amount of hypochondriacs that got to the doctors.
Oh, instantly.
Like, I bet the phone.
Doctors are ringing the BBC.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, turn that advert off.
Literally, that advert went live and their phone lit up like a Christmas tree. Like, not one spare line on the phone.
Maybe that's why it takes 100 attempts to get through to the doctors.
Mate, it's not even.
Yeah, but on the flip side,
waste of time.
but on the flip side of that, though, right? You phone the doctors, and they're like, "Oh, we can give you an appointment." Yeah, but it's in 3 weeks' time. I'm gonna be dead by then. How do you know I've not got something wrong with me?
Well, because what they say is, if it's an emergency, you go to the hospital.
Go with the AED, don't you?
Yeah, you go to hospital, and if it's an emergency, then you're willing to basically you're at home because you're so ill, so you're willing to sit there and keep ringing until you get an appointment.
Yeah.
That's basically the point. But in reality is, you'll go to work and you'll still feel like shit, and then you've got to try and make an appointment, but you can't get through.
EP3 to back today, lads.
EP3.
Nice.
What, just an EP3?
Barty says, at least you didn't die in your sleep, Rich.
No, I must admit, I think I was close last night, so maybe for another few days I might be there.
Close.
No. If it was ever going to happen.
If it was ever going to happen.
Yeah, if it's ever going to happen, it's right now. I have asked the missus to stop putting her pillow on my face, though.
Yeah. Does this smell of chloroform?
With a strange.
Well, did anyone watch Stranger Things?
I can't talk about that because
I need to. I'm not even on this planet, mate. Everyone else.
I literally, you can talk about the first episode because that's all I managed yesterday.
No, I'm not going to talk about any. I'm not going to talk about the episodes and run it for you, but I'm just going to say how great it was. And I binge watched all 7 episodes yesterday.
7?
Yeah, there's 7.
The new series.
They've done it in 2 halves.
Oh, they do that, don't they?
Yeah, so they've released 7,
do.
and then the second 7 don't come out until July the 1st,
Yeah.
which was enraged me at the point that I was well into it last night, episode 7, and it's like just got to a really critical point. He goes, "No, you can wait a month," but I don't want to.
Well, I walked around my house on Sunday, and it was on every single TV. And I'm like, I've not started watching this. Turn that off. And like, so Bridie's watching it, Margaret's watching it, Winifred's watching it. Whoa, no. Now, what room can I go in? Because I can't watch it. I can't watch it. So I managed to get through the first episode, and then I'm like, I don't think Winifred should have been watching this.
It's pretty graphic.
That first episode, we're not going to say what happens in it, but that first episode at the end, I was like, that's the worst thing I've seen on Stranger Things.
Yeah, that was pretty. It was.
I was like,
and it's like that all the way through.
Oh.
It doesn't get any better. I mean, from the point of view, like, perhaps your 11-year-old daughter should be watching that.
Stranger Things. I love all the other series, all the other TV series. I love seeing things on there like you look at there and you think, oh, that they've got that wrong. That Coke can's wrong. And then you look it up and you're like, no, they did change the Coke can. They changed it and then they had to change it back again because people didn't like.
People didn't
That's
like it.
why on the side of a Coke can it says original recipe because they actually changed it in the 80s, and then when people hated it,
and they had
they
to
had to go back.
Yeah, they had to go back to the
Yeah,
original
it's
recipe.
I love all 80s stuff. I love it. You know,
like I say, it's based in the 80s, isn't it? I mean, basically where they started last night was obviously 79 was where they started, which is obviously our birth year.
Yeah.
And then obviously they
tell people that
they're up to, they know how old we are.
I'm 28.
If you wish.
I am.
Yeah, and then obviously up to sort of 86 is where it's sort of based right now. So it's a good thing as well because I think what adds to it as well is a lot of the music's.
Yeah, it's
thing,
good.
and their clothes, the way they're based, so it's all like growing up. Here,
yeah, brilliant. Morning, guys. Just a quick question about the new change. Is it better or worse to map with? Is there less power or what? The new change fuel. Guys in America, were E85 or E90? Thank you, sir. Thank you, Keith.
Milk's not curdles.
We got ourselves a hot brew.
That's the only one you're going to get this week. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
Mainly because I'm not here the rest of the week.
Yeah, all right.
Unless you make one yourself, but I doubt that'll happen.
It will, mate. It will. I'm his mum when you're not here.
Oh, okay. As long as someone's looking after him.
So when you say new fuel, do you mean this?
I'll have to come in.
What's it called, Rich? E5, E10,
E10.
E10. Yeah, it's crap.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. The fuel's awful. Just put 99 on in and be
I've
done
seen
with
2
it.
cars broken down this morning, and I bet that's because they've got E10 on there.
Yeah, don't do it. Are you a 79, Daryl, as well? What's your birthday? Or just tell me the month you were born.
You got a pen over there?
No, can't have a pen in here, mate. They'll all be in the dyno cell.
I'm not interested in that.
No, I'm not.
Definitely not one in here that works. No.
Yeah, you want a pen, can't have one.
No, everyone's saying Stranger Things. We've not even watched one episode.
I can't believe
of one series.
I don't even understand how you missed it.
How has that happened?
I don't even know how you missed it.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. It's like,
we are going to watch it.
it's a big thing.
This is our plan now.
I just don't understand how you missed it because it's it was so well publicised when it came out. I mean, I watched the first series and I was like totally hooked. I was like, this is the best thing.
It must have just
that I've watched.
totally missed it. It must have just like gone bed one night.
And it just happened, yeah. Honestly, it's literally, in my opinion, it's the best thing I've watched. Kel doesn't like it.
No.
Kel doesn't like it, but I love it. I think it's like...
I love it. I love the cars. Who's your favourite character in the whole programme?
I like the cop.
Yeah, you like the cop. My favourite is Steve the Hare Harrington. Because he's always got a crap job.
Yeah.
Because he's like kind of the bad guy in the first season.
He was, yeah, and then he sort of became a bit of a good guy.
He's Steve the Hare Harrington.
Like
is amazing.
Bit of weird looking lad. I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He's sort of always right, but they never believe him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a good show. It's such. Yeah, I know what you mean.
We're gonna go for it and binge watch.
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I think you'll like
We've
it.
got some holiday days, didn't we, with the Jubilee and all that. We're just gonna
Binge it.
Yeah, we are the whole lot.
Binge minge.
But I think the first series was quite short. Like they were like 30 minutes to 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
But last night or yesterday,
They're like an hour.
they're all an hour and 15 minutes long.
Oh, right.
They've really stepped it out.
Wow.
You're only going to put 99 RON fuel in a boosted FM, mate.
Yeah, 100%.
You're never going to put anything but that in it. Never would you put anything in other than that.
Get down to Tesco, get momentum. That's the
June.
Yeah, that's the best value for money right now,
that's
ain't it?
value for money. It's the only thing you're gonna do, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Some 80s babies in here then. 79. Then you grew up in the 80s, didn't you? Yeah, absolutely. You can't put 97 in it. Don't care what anyone says.
Well, you could, but if it was mapped on 99, you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, but you're going to go for power, aren't you? So you're going to map it on 99.
Well, of course, if you go down the route of supercharged or turbocharged, you want the maximum amount of power you can get, don't you? So you put the best fuel that you can buy.
Roger, you're clearly a vampire, Ben, because you don't look as old as me. So if you're 67,
You don't look as old as me.
No. I don't mean he is 67. I mean he was born in 67.
Oh, right.
But saying that.
Well, yeah. But,
Still 12 years older than us.
yeah. Still.
Maybe
And
55.
he doesn't look as old.
55. He doesn't look as old as
He doesn't
me.
look as old as you do now.
No, that's because he's a vampire.
Clearly.
80s was the best music. Bit of Kate Bush.
So no, totally disagree.
What?
No, totally disagree. I don't believe that 80s music was the best. I grew up with 80s music, as in my old dear listening to it, because that's was her preferred music at the time. But no, 90s was far better.
I don't think it was her preferred music. I think it was the music.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But it was what was popular at the time
Yeah.
or whatever. So it's what I remember making me do the hoovering to and stuff like
Eurythmics.
that. Yeah, that's
Eurythmics.
exactly that. Yeah.
That was in the Sierra, weren't it?
Yeah,
The Eurythmics
always.
cassette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cassette on loop constantly
Yeah.
in the Sierra. Probably only had 3 tapes in it.
Yeah.
And that was one of them.
Eurythmics was definitely
One of
Yeah.
them in there.
Jive Bunny.
I don't think I had a Walkman, you know.
You might-
And then like the Now tapes.
Yeah.
They were always in the car.
Yeah. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are some amazing classics from the 80s as regards songs. So before everyone jumps on me,
Which
I'm
they
not,
will.
I'm not saying that there isn't. But in my personal opinion, 90s music was better.
Yeah, Matty's going with you. He's saying 90s dance music was the best. No, I'll go with 80s. Ultravox. That sort of stuff. Duran.
I think 90s, full stop, is the best. It's the peak in time.
Dynodaze actually put a rule in place that we would not play music in the workshop that was newer than 2001.
Yeah.
That every piece of music
Yeah.
after 2001 was not as good.
No, I have to agree with Keith there. I think as well. I think that we grew up in the pinnacle of years. If you get what I mean.
think, yeah.
80s we grew up in, which I think was a good decade to grow up in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And in the 90s, in our teen years,
I think you do have to remember.
was the peak in my opinion.
I think you have to remember though that the reason the 80s and the 90s were good is because firstly we were children
You're out on your bike.
and
you're
we
out
didn't
kicking
watch
a
the
ball.
news because
No.
there were some people that would say in the 80s they thought they were going to die, like nuclear holocausts and stuff like that, Cuban Missile Crisis. The people actually thought it was about game over time. But we were kids, so we were playing with He-Man figures and Transformers and stuff. So we didn't care.
playing games console.
Also, there wasn't a 24-hour news cycle. There wasn't 24-hour news program. So you didn't get to see all the drama and horridness.
Well,
that was
no, you
happening in the
only
world.
played with what toys you had.
Yeah, that's
or
right.
The console that you had, or whatever. What I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. I think that's the best era because, certainly as a child,
Yeah, look at the kids these
What-
days.
because
What
you
have
had,
to do with?
you had
Yeah.
toys and you had consoles and stuff were starting to be developed. So therefore, you had your games and
Mega
all
Drive.
that sort of stuff. Yeah, exactly that sort of thing. So we had all that as we were growing up. And then as we sort of reached the end of 2000, the internet was starting to come in and stuff, wasn't it? Mobile phones were starting to become a thing. And then look where we are 20 years later.
Yeah, no mobile phones at school when we.
Yeah, like
No,
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 so
you
it's
wouldn't even know what it looked like.
you wouldn't even know what one looked
Yeah.
like.
There's no
Exactly.
internet.
Yeah, no internet, no nothing.
You have to
Now
read a book.
What I'm saying is now a child, no child, as far as I'm concerned, operates on a daily basis without being on the internet.
No,
or
absolutely
on
not.
a tablet,
And there are
or
some
a mobile phone,
yeah.
or something of some description.
And there are some advantages to that. But what
We're
worries
joking
me
out
is
loud,
the
because
kids. You've got young kids.
Yeah.
Though your young kids have lived through COVID, wars, all sorts of stuff that kids shouldn't have to think about. There were wars, bad uns, when we were that age.
Yeah, but you never heard
but
about
we
it.
never heard about it. Because two things. One,
The
we
news was
weren't
only on.
on. We
The
weren't.
news was only on from 6 till
You
7.
only had information given to you that was relevant to you. What is 14 mum?
Yeah, exactly.
I
yeah.
don't want to eat beans.
Yeah.
That was all you had. Your kids,
Your
my
parents could keep
kids,
that information
yeah,
away from
your
you, couldn't
kids,
they?
my kids are like, oh, monkeypox is next.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to catch COVID. I've got to have
Because
the
just
injection."
literally on their Facebook is a news
Yeah.
stream.
People are dying. It's on the news. Our kids have had it hard. 2 years out of school, nearly 2 years out of school. I mean, if I'd have had
Not being able to
2
see your
years out,
friends.
yeah, it's just awful, ain't it? It's awful. And some people, during that lockdown, some people. Can you imagine if your mum says you got to stay in Rich 2 years?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be too keen on that.
What? I can't. My mate's just nicked a crosser. I want to go down the park.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no way we could handle it. So I think we have the advantage being 80s kids Now, I think
We joke in our house about the kids being plugged in. You know, when they got their earphones in and stuff, and you're trying to talk to them about them plugged in.
and you got to remember that food was better. Food was better. Everything was better.
Admittedly, like I was, that's again a fair point. We never had a takeaway in my house.
No.
Never.
No.
And my mum cooked literally 3 meals a day. Well, I'm not going to say cooked, but prepared 3 meals a day then, if you want to put it that way. We would have cereal or whatever for breakfast. She'd do sandwiches and whatever for lunch. And you would sit down every evening to a cooked meal.
Yeah. And you didn't like Thursdays because it was meatloaf.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, Thursday, well, generally in our house, Thursday was...
I can't believe you can
pie.
remember this.
I can remember, yeah.
Swede.
Pie.
Swede.
Yeah. Like,
Turnip and Swede.
Yeah. No,
Swede and carrot all
Swede and
mushed
carrot
up
all
into it.
mushed
Well,
up.
that's yellow and orange, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
She used to do pie, like a beef pie, and then I can't stand thick pastry, and the pastry was so thick on the edge, it was like dry, you know, a dry mouth. I hated it. That Thursday was my worst day, and then Swede and carrots. I mean, imagine that as a kid.
Yeah, no thanks.
Not interested in any of that.
I didn't eat anything as a kid that wasn't orange. So it had to have breadcrumbs on it.
Mate,
Finders crispy pancakes.
If me and Keith had applied that technique in our house, we'd have starved.
Starved to death.
We'd have starved 6 days a week.
My nan used to say, if you don't eat it
You had to
for your
find
tea, if you don't finish that, if you don't eat it, you're having it for your breakfast. No, I don't want it for my breakfast.
We couldn't leave the table until we'd eaten it. Even if you got white lumps in your gravy,
Yeah.
you were not leaving that table.
Oh,
until
I
you
remember
ate
no,
it.
my mum wasn't. My mum
big
wasn't
white
that bad.
lumps where your gravy's that cold.
Yeah. And she's like, you're eating that. You're not leaving the table until you've eaten
It
it.
would have made sense to eat it at least hot.
Are you,
But
Yeah.
you didn't want it.
You didn't want it.
are you trying to choke down some cauliflower and you
Yeah. I still ate cauliflower to this day.
Yeah, that's why.
I'll eat Swede now, and I'll eat but cauliflower.
just mix it with your potatoes, it's nice.
Oh yeah,
And then
so it ruins
and then
your
it ruins
potatoes
it.
as well.
And then your potatoes weren't even nice.
Yeah.
Your potatoes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, back in the 80s, of course, you could have anything you wanted to eat, and it wasn't bad for you. So
Yeah, but
you
it
could
can,
have
though,
you
but
could have
we're talking
burgers
about-
and nuggets and pizzas
Yeah, but
and
what I'm saying is,
sweets.
though,
None of it were bad for you.
you wouldn't go to McDonald's and buy a burger, though, is what we're saying, isn't it? That option really wasn't available. Either one, through money constraints, or two, it wasn't even really there. Well, certainly not till mid-late.
No, I remember
Mid-
I
late
remember them building the McDonald's in Hinckley Town Centre, and
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dad picking me up to look through the eye hole so I could see the hole they dug up, and like, what's going on there? It's going to be McDonald's.
Mm.
Like, ooh,
Yeah, what's that?
ooh, McDonald's. Yeah, I loved that Mackey's though. Yeah, I remember the
When
building
you
that.
parked in the car park, sometimes you get on the back of it, at the back of the car park ticket, get a Big Mac for 99p.
Yes.
You remember that?
Wow,
yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I
And
remember
you
that.
take your thing and you
Yeah, yeah.
99p.
Yeah,
Mm.
God, I do remember that. Things you forget, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Give us a Big Mac.
Yeah, I'll have that Big Mac for 99p.
Mm. Shows we forgot as much as we remember, don't it?
I know. We think things were cheaper, but I wonder whether they were actually monetarily cheaper. So, for instance, I wonder whether, because I think I remember like a Freddo or a packet of crisps or whatever being X amount of money, but I wonder whether inflation and things.
Oh, in relation, it was as equally expensive, I'm sure.
I wonder. EP3.
EP3, 51 plate.
Well, on that happy note, we're gonna go do some work, hiding your veg under some meat.
Pull up over the road. I don't know if it's for us or
I
not.
would imagine it is.
Is it red?
It's a red one.
I think we'll have
His mate's got a faded red one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. No, we'll,
Yeah.
we'll stick around. We'll stick around.
His mate's got a really faded red one, 51 plate.
It must be that then.
Mm.
That's what it's just pull up over there.
But I like the 80s cars and stuff like that as
Not
well.
that beautiful red one.
I remember some of the cars that my dad had around the time.
Well, I think
Ford
it's over
Cortina.
like the
Ford Cortina my dad had at one point.
Oh, I do like the wheels. Is that what I'm
I've got that in.
Some
I've got that-
BMWs.
Yeah, I've got that in.
No, I still don't remember.
He had a
They're pretty
Montego
good,
at one
it's not
point.
anything against you.
Do you remember
It's just like when I put my
Montegos?
car, I stood back and like,
Oh, Richard's talking about his wheels.
You've got to you've got to go. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and I don't, and I didn't.
You've got to.
I stood back and I just didn't. I love the wheels on the car.
83.
I like the wheels, and to be honest, I like the wheels without when the sun's not out. They look different, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
To, like the orange comes out and the
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a case of we're either going to have a look for an orange, if I want to go that route. But then I think what I'm going to probably do now is I think I'm just going to do some spray out cards of some colours that I want to sort of narrow it down to, and then hold them up to the car and just get a better idea whether I think I like the look against the car.
Yeah.
Obviously, before doing it, I mean, obviously,
I think he's decided he doesn't like his wheels.
But ultimately, we can scotch them up, which you shouldn't take as long.
Shove the beads off.
I was just going to say, I was literally shove the beads off, so we've not got to worry about chipping the top wheels, decking them on and on. We'll have to mass tire. We'll have to just do them on the floor. We'll have to leave them against the wall, turn them around, spray the backs, turn them around, spray the fronts. And I know that's not ideal, but I don't know what else we're going to do. They'll be too heavy now with the tyres on to hang them up. Won't they?
Yeah. Probably standing on a trestle. Because they'll stand on a they'll
Oh yes,
they'll
stand in the V.
They'll stand on the V in the trestle, won't they?
Yeah, and if you need
and then,
you can
then
move
just
it.
go like that, and at least
Yeah.
because that's a good thing with having the tyre on. But you can't do when the tyre's off. You can't do that.
Stand it in there. Yeah.
He's had these wheels done in this bronze and this special coconut pearlescent, and I think he's deciding that he might want to go for twat orange.
No. I originally wanted like an orangey, bronzy colour, and when the sun's on it, that's what it looks like. But as it's been a dull weekend, which it has,
you've not really seen that.
I've not seen the true colour of it, but they just look brown.
Yeah, they do look a bit mahogany.
So I've
just gives it that. That's another colour.
Yeah.
Go check out the video on Uncle Keith's page. Is that an EP3?
Silver one.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Right. Let's do some work. Peace out, brothers and sisters. See you all later. Thanks for coming. Be good, and we shall. We'll see you in a bit. I'm going to go and get some forms filled in.
Yeah.
Chat up an EP3 owner and finish my cup of tea. So peace out. See you in a bit. Say bye, Rich.
Bye, Rich.
Say bye, Keith.
Bye, Keith.
Good joke that.